You're going to have one chance where every signal is screaming, sell now, but your brain is screaming, hodl. And if you make the wrong choice, you are done. You end up broke, wrecked, and wondering what the hell happened. Why? No exit plan, no discipline, no strategy. That's what destroyed 97% of traders in 2021, and I promise you, it's what will destroy 97% of traders in 2025. 3 months ago, I gave you my first exit plan, but I've spent every week since then tweaking it, stress testing it, and making it simpler and more powerful. So today, I'm giving you the exact updated strategy I will use to exit this market before the crash. This is my survival guide. Pay attention, let's get into it. This video is for informational purposes only. Crypto assets are high risk and are not suitable for all retail investors. This video is not intended for a UK audience. All right, let's start with a quick reset of where we are. You've all seen this chart. I show it in almost every video. The path to alt season. But I'm about to update this chart with an extra phase. You know the standard phases. Phase 1, Bitcoin season. Phase 2, ETH season. Phase 3, large cap season. Phase 4, alt season. But there's a secret phase. The one that doesn't appear on the pretty graphics. The one that nobody likes to talk about. Phase 5. Phase 5 is the bear market, the bloodbath, the part where dreams die and portfolios go to zero. And that is what this entire video is about. Exiting before Phase 5 hits. Right now, we're in Phase 2. ETH is gaining strength, Bitcoin dominance is hovering just above 60%, and people are already getting itchy looking for the next 100x. But the golden rule still applies. Never front run more than one phase ahead. In Phase 1, you front run Phase 2. In Phase 2, you front run Phase 3. In Phase 3, you front run Phase 4. And in Phase 4, front run for Phase 5. But you need to prepare for Phase 5 right now. You see, everyone obsesses over entries, what coin to buy, when to ape in, but nobody thinks about the exit. And that's the biggest mistake in crypto, because let me tell you something that sounds insane. Making money in a bull run is easy. In theory, because in a full-blown bull market, everything goes up. So it doesn't take skill to make money, but keeping it is where 97% of people fail. That's the hard part, because if you don't have an exit plan, you're not an investor. You're just exit liquidity for someone who does. So here's how I'm planning to exit in 2025. My number one tool for timing my exit is Bitcoin dominance. I talk about it all the time because it's the pulse of the market. But today, I'm going to laser focus on one specific part of Bitcoin dominance. I call it the dominance death clock. But to start with, for anyone new here, here's a 60-second recap of the dominance zones. Above 60% is the grey zone. Bitcoin is king, alts are bleeding, I'm holding Bitcoin, ETH and other majors. Simple. 60 down to 55% is the blue zone. This is where we are now. ETH is waking up, majors are stirring. I start reducing my Bitcoin exposure and laying into top 30 alts. 55 to 50% is the green zone. The rotation is real, alt season is cooking, mid caps and low caps are starting to pump. I'm riding the waves, but I'm already taking profits on vertical moves. Now, this is where the death clock starts ticking. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Because the next two zones are where fortunes are made and lost. 50 down to 45% is the orange zone. This is full-blown euphoria. This is madness. Meme coins are flying, your favorite influencer is screaming about 1000x gems. It's the part of the cycle where you can go to bed and wake up to a 50x gain. It's where you can put your phone down to make a cup of coffee and come back to find your $1,000 is now worth 10,000. If it's similar to previous alt seasons, things get completely insane, and that insanity is the trap. Because when your $1,000 becomes 10,000, what does your brain tell you? Why sell now? It could be 100,000 tomorrow. That is the trap. All the inexperienced traders are getting high on their own supply. They're euphoric. They think the bull run will never end. Then, bam, the bubble pops. And almost overnight, everything goes to zero. It's a tale as old as time. And this is why, when we enter the orange zone, I become a profit-taking machine. If a coin does a 10x, I'm selling 80 to 90% of it. I'm securing the bag and leaving a small moon bag just in case it does something truly stupid. The key to remember is if you make life-changing money, take the damn profit, because when we're in the orange zone, it's not long before we hit the final zone, the one that starts below 45%, the red zone. That is it. That is my final warning. I am getting out. This is where I'm fully out of alts. Now, I talked about the altcoin death clock. How long do you think it ticks? 1 month? 2? 3? Wrong. 2 weeks. I want you to focus on this. The last 2 times we crashed through the orange zone in a full-blown alt season, how long did it last? 2 weeks. Both times. 2 weeks. That is all the time you have in peak euphoria before it all comes crashing down. In 2021, we got 2 euphoria cycles, one in April and another in November. The second lasted a little longer, but still under a month. You don't have time to think. You only have time to execute your plan. So remember, the death clock starts here and runs for 2 weeks. Historically, that's how long the peak alt season lasts. Just 2 weeks.